Hello, everybody. Turn my heater off. I don't like this playlist. Hold on one second. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I just had breakfast and it's everywhere. All right, let's get started. Hold on, let me get this deck. Back up. Ooh, 77.7. I love that. What is standing in the way of me being financially comfortable? Can you guys see me and hear me, by the way? I'm assuming yes, because you're talking to me, but just to make sure. You can see me and hear me, right? I forgot to ask. Okay, what is standing in the way of me being financially comfortable? Not having confidence in your ability to make something happen. You may be not taking the first step because you feel like, what's the point? Or you may feel like you don't have a skill that could be making you extra money or side money or increased money, but you do. It's like just not believing in your ability to manifest it. And or not taking action because you feel like, what's the point? Okay, you can hear me. That's good. I'm happy to hear that. I switched my desk, so now my extra screen is on that side, in case that is confusing anyone. Should I walk away from S? Should I walk away from S? I feel like you should kind of walk fastly. It just feels like right now this person is draining you. It's like their energy is just taking away your desire to change things. It's like you're stuck in the mundane because the extra energy is going towards trying to unpack what's going on with this person. What does Spirit have for me today? I think I have to let my cat out of my office. The only way out is through. There's something that you need to feel in order to move forward, or analyze in order to move forward, but you may be avoiding the first step. So sit with it to move forward. Hold on, I need to let my cat out of my office. There you go. Okay. I have soundproofing on my door, so I could just see the soundproofing flying in little chunks up in the air. She was trying to get out. Anyway, message from my higher self. Creativity requires being in the moment, whether that's creative solutions, whether that's art, whether that's a different style of communication. It requires you being present in the moment. Does DM actually have a crush on me? His actions have been weird. It's kind of giving testing the boundaries. Like, I think there's a lot of flirty communication with some lack of intention to take action. Why did SW leave C 70% and A 30% in the trust fund? either there's something manipulated in that, like maybe there was an outside interference that was convincing something to go one way. And if it's not that, then it's because there's like, I believe that this person was lying about something or not true about something or holding back information about something. It kind of feels more like the first one. Some kind of outside influence. Thank you, Lucky. Yeah, I'm going to try and do one of them a week at least. And one true. My goal is one news, one true crime, one pick a pile or something, and then a members read. Hopefully starting this upcoming month. This month has been crazy. Unplanned crazy. I met a being outside a bagel shop when I was younger. Was there a deeper purpose to that interaction for either of us outside of simply having the experience? Meeting, so that you weren't afraid of to quell a fear about something, but it feels like for later, like you weren't scared of something later because of that experience back then. Higher self, message from your higher self. You need to get out of the thinking stage and into the inaction of a plan stage. I feel like there's some overthinking that's leading to indecision, or like you've decided, but you're not acting on the decision. I feel like you're meant to be going into that stage. Should my husband or I get a second job, or should my husband look for a new job now? Should one of you get a second job? Oh, it's too many. Or should my husband look for a new job now? I feel like new job is ideal. If not new job, then I feel like he should look for a second job. I feel like you already have too much on your plate, but something needs to be done. So I would say my first choice would be husband finding a new job. My second choice would be husband finding a second job. And that's not to put everything on him. I just feel like maybe you have more on your plate. Will A get into trouble if she takes her medication for her weight? I'm reading this as it's like someone's telling her she can't take it. And I feel like yes to getting in trouble, because this is like, it's giving unapproved change leading to a debt. So like, because you did that without my approval, now you owe me something. It's kind of feeling like that. So maybe getting approval first, if that's the case. What do I need to work on related to growth in this season? Not allowing other people to take more of the lead character role in your connections with them, like asking for what you desire, setting harder boundaries, not being okay with things you're not okay with, maybe pulling back your energy from people who have only been draining and not filling, being very abundant boundaries is what I feel like the term is. Message from my spirit team. Oh, I like your little, what is that? Sacred geometry and a flame? Can't really, I think it is. You're not being blocked from moving forward with an idea because it's a bad idea. The Fool in the bottom. It's just there's something more in the planning stage that's being missed that needs to be integrated more fully before you move forward with the plan. Message from my grandfather regarding the truth I seek. There's a break in the pattern at some point. If you trace the break in the pattern, it'll show you what actions were taken to cover the truth, which will then help you pinpoint more of the truth. Let me go to this other list. Will we buy a house in Westwood within the next year? I don't think so. I almost feel like this is saying it's not the timing that's a no, it's the Westwood that's a no, because this is reversed. I feel like it's pointing towards the likelihood of it not being in that location. I asked my higher self before sleep, what's my purpose, but I can't remember the dream. What is my purpose, and am I on the right path now? You are the purpose that you seek when you find something that allows you to pour out your energy. So this is like, what tool was created within you from what you went through, and how can you, it doesn't have to be in a career way, but how can you embody that? This is like taking the journey you went on internally and having it flow externally in a way that you're not doing yet. And that can be a new hobby, that can be a lifestyle change, that can be a career, a side something, something you just do for fun, but you are the purpose you seek when you do that thing. It magnetizes more experiences to you. Anything to come of DM. Anything to come of DM. No. It's giving a lesson in releasing a shadow. So you did the work to release the shadow. This is just you being like, look, if I had the opportunity to, I wouldn't dance with the shadow again. I'd let it go. Feels like that. Thank you. Let me see if I don't see any there. Let's see. Healing yourself can be offensive to people who benefited from your brokenness. You're moving to the next level and some people can't come with you. It's not a punishment, it's a release. All right, one more and then back to the other list. Whatever message I need to hear. You heard something that wasn't said and you're correct. It's like your analysis of why something wasn't being talked about or wasn't being said is correct. All right, last one, then back to the other list. What do the 3 cards represent when you draw them? I am learning and use past, present, future, and advice. I just use them as energies that play off of one another. I think how to explain. So it not necessarily, I don't lock them into like a past, present, future, or anything like that. I usually look at the middle card as the main energy, and then these will flow differently depending on what the question and everything was. So for example, how was that? It was like that, right? These are both about freedom from mental bondage, or this can be physical bondage or energetic bondage. And then this is a trap, right? So it's very, are you free or are you trapped, right? So then we go to the energy in the middle. So it depends on what these cards are, if they go together, if they're not together. I don't lock them into any specific set. I just feel like 3 cards gives enough energy that you can paint the picture. Let's all send Amy some prayers, please. Everyone take a minute. Let's pull one of these for Amy. If a butterfly is struggling to get out of the cocoon and someone cuts it to help it out, the butterfly dies. You have to let the butterfly struggle because the struggle forces blood into the wings so they can spread them and fly. The same concept is necessary for us to be able to soar. So you're right now turning into the goo that the butterfly turns into before it emerges, and that's definitely very uncomfortable. But there's something better on the other side of it. Message from a loved one and a song. Where's my dice at? Ooh. Winter holds a message for you. Something happened in December, January, or February. So whichever loved one comes to mind when you think December, January, or February. It's kind of giving, I wish I would have told you more how much I appreciate you. Like looking back now, I wish I would have given more emotional context to my appreciation for you. Deep Inside of You by Third Eye Blind is the song. Oh, hold on, I get my tokens. It's the word one where he's hanging off of the D and the word. Whatever you've been worried about because you can't find the solution, you're going to start to get pieces of it. You're not going to get it all at once, but trust that you're going to start to get pieces of the solution. What I want you to remember about me is the laughter, not just the lessons. And dance with my father's on the back of the card. I feel like she's saying dance with my mother. Like take action towards allowing yourself to dance or allowing yourself to flow. Has my biological mother passed away? Free. So no. I feel like there's something going on where it's either recent or close. It's like I feel more likely that not yet, because I feel kind of like this is free to reach out, but not, but pressure to reach out, but not. So I feel like something might be going on now, but I don't think yet. What message do my guides have for me? Kind of putting a piece in the wrong spot. There's something that you almost have figured out, and if you just shift the way you have one of the pieces on the board, it makes a lot more sense. Oh no, so when I said that butterfly turning into a goo thing, your ankle took that seriously. That's not good. I hope you feel better. Gavin shattered his elbow before, so I know that is not fun. Will our high school marching band go to state this Saturday? I feel like yes, but there's some kind of travel issue, but it's fixed. It feels like it ends up being fixed, but maybe a close call with travel or something. Did N see my text? What were her thoughts or feelings? She did not reply. It's kind of giving, I don't want to reply when I'm in a state of like being frustrated, or I don't want to reply when I'm in a state of like a shaken soda bottle. I do think she saw it. I almost feel like there was a reply typed and then deleted. It's kind of giving shaken soda bottle. Message for Shadow. Sleep on it. Don't rush into something that feels a little off. Use your solar plexus, use that like gut feeling to let you know if you need to sleep on something before acting. Will something drastic happen to Trump that will cause him to not complete his full term? There's something that happens. I just want to say a shift in what we view the position as. It's like something drastic happens, but he finishes from a different position. I don't really know what that means, but that's what I'm getting. Will A get a job soon, and will she like it? Soon, no. I feel like she's going to take something that is kind of like, okay, I've been waiting long enough. I don't necessarily want to take this, but I can't wait any longer. It feels like that kind of thing. So I feel like it's a little longer than you'd like, and maybe not the first choice. Advice for my grandmother, Wilma, about whether or not Harry Lewis was my biological grandfather. I don't think so, no. I think there's something you're not seeing. This is a mismatch. It's like there was a story offered that wasn't the true one. Message from my guides with token. It's a little seedling. Don't over-explain. You plant the seed and then you wait to see. What's that quote? It's like, let people do what they want to do, and then you'll see what they would rather do. Like, plant the seed and then don't over-explain. Is my son going to find a girlfriend and settle down anytime soon? I feel like there's something that needs to come back into alignment with him. Like, he needs to come back into alignment with himself first. There's something he's avoiding about his own alignment. Because right now, I feel like he would manifest someone who's going to show him the misalignment. and a spirit team's like, let's just hold off until we fix the misalignment so that we can bring in someone who's going to reflect back healed. So it feels like that's what the delay is. Any messages for Nicole? This won't mix. Slow down and let yourself just feel it. It feels like there's a little bit of resistance to feeling anything, almost like you feel like the next thing is going to set you over the edge. So there's like there's a subconscious fear developing of feeling at all. So there's a need to just let yourself feel so that you know it's not scary. Maybe let yourself have a cry for a minute. Maybe let yourself listen to some kind of song that soothes you but kind of maybe feels a little bit emotional. Don't try to escape the feelings. That's what makes you feel like you're running from them all day. Did the repair shop fully fix what was wrong with my car, as something seems off? When do I need to get a new but used car? I don't think they fully fixed it, no. I feel like you're going to need a new car sooner rather than later. I think you have some time, but I feel like is that maybe by the end of 2026, maybe in the next 6 months, you're going to start to see clearly when in 2026 you might have to start to push for that. What chapter am I closing? What chapter am I closing? Dimming your light, self-sabotage in order to not be seen or perceived. The chapter where you knew you were capable of more but held yourself back. I feel like fear of being perceived is the title of the chapter that's closing. Or maybe resistance too. Will they find Caden? Was this a retaliation because of bad business with the farm? I feel like somebody mentioned this. The name looks familiar. Will they find Caden? I feel like he's stationary, not moving. So maybe that's like not in water or something like that. Almost wondering if there's some kind of helper involved here, and that's why he hasn't been found yet. Like an accomplice of some kind to something. Was this retaliation because of bad business with the farm? Yes. One person was very slighted. It does look like it stems from that. Yeah. 8 of Pentacles came out first. Message from my higher self and a token. Come on. It is the devil token. So something to do with a shadow. You're shedding some kind of belief system that wasn't yours, but was kind of uploaded from someone else that was limiting you. Yeah, an ending. Ending so you don't keep going in circles. So whatever's being shed, let it be shed. If it feels like, if you feel like you're entering uncomfortable territory with like thought expansion, let it happen. It's part of it. Message from my guides, and then I'm going to go to the other list. Oh, there's a lot on there. Okay, message from my guides, and then I'm going to do about 10 on the other list. It's like you're ready for a new adventure of some kind, but you're holding yourself back in routine, or you're getting caught up in complacency. Figure out a way to kind of spice it up between you and yourself. What was Source's meaning behind what my husband and I learned last night? There's a need to either keep it close to the chest or be careful who you trust, or the importance on leaning on one another, or a comparison between something that's built solid and something that's not. Message from guides with a token. Stars. 4 stars? 4 stars. So 4 stars, if we compare that to like 5 out of 5 stars, there's 1 star missing. 1 star missing. I feel like you're on the outside looking in some way right now, but Spirit's saying that's exactly where you're supposed to be. You're being refined, not punished. Where's my mouse? Oh, it's over there. Should I write the kids' book I've been thinking about or focus on adults? Kids? Adults. I feel like there's some kind of restructure needed in the plan for the kids' book, but I feel like that's a good entry. And maybe that relates to this. This is like a heavily saturated competitive field that it would be helpful for you to kind of do trial and error and figure out what's best here so that you can then hit the ground running here. So I would say start with kids and use it as like a trial run or something like that. Has the trauma, the P's and I did an energetic exercise on Gone and a song. Everything You Want by Vertical Horizon. And it's interesting because Everything You Want, and on my phone, the vertical horizon is the 2 maps on the book, and then Crown and Cage. It feels like there's some kind of you know, when you stir something and the bottom stuff comes to the surface, it's like now you need to scoop that out. It feels like that. You brought it to the surface. Now there's action needed to scoop it out. I keep forgetting where my mouse is. Message and guidance for the next 3 months. Don't rush to have everything figured out all at once. Rebuild brick by brick. And trust that if you just focus on laying each brick properly, you'll build something sturdy. I feel like that your patience is being tested. Thank you, Shandy. Your brain is a supercomputer and your self-talk is the programming it will run. Be mindful of how you speak to yourself. All human behavior is either love or a call for love. I feel like there's part of you that's calling for love, but before it was viewed as shameful or a shadow or something. I feel like it's a younger version of yourself. I feel like if you let that version come out in a way that doesn't feel like a lot of pressure. So maybe just dance to music in your kitchen or draw something. It'll help to move that energy. What was the meaning of my dream last night? Clarity on what you overcame, but from a different perspective. Almost like if you're watching a TV show and you're like, wow, I went through something really similar. It was meant to reframe it in that way, but in a way that allows you to get clarity on a piece that you didn't have clarity on. Message about fam, still no contact, but at peace. It kind of feels like they have something that's like announcementable, like it's something you would make an announcement about that they did not give you the announcement about. And it's almost like she is hoping you feel some type of way about it when you find out whatever it is. Yeah, but you're not going to care. There's a feeling of like them wanting to bait you because of no contact. Like, how dare you not reach out type of thing. It's weird. What happened to Justin and Cliff? Did they get fired? It's possible one got fired and one went with them. Like, I'm going too then. It kind of feels like that. Yeah, the Tower and Queen of Wands in reverse. Either one got fired and one went with them, or they both got fired because of what one of them did or said or something. Message from my daughter on her card reading journey. She's going to be prepared to get very dependent. Befriend shadows. Be prepared to befriend your shadows, because the cards will reference understandings that you have because of a shadow. So make sure that if there's anything that energetically you're resistant to looking at or feeling, do that before you start or before you get too deep, because the cards will be like, hey, your reference for understanding what the message is for this person is that traumatic experience 10 years ago. So be prepared to look at that. And obviously you don't always say that to the person, but like, I understand what this is saying because of that type of thing. Message and a song. I'm trying to think if it's this song or not. I think it is. No, it definitely is. Into the Ocean by Blue October. Yeah, I think look at the lyrics of this song. I'm trying to find that part I just saw. Want to swim away but don't know how. Sometimes it just feels like I'm falling in the ocean. Let the waves up take me down. Let the hurricane set in motion. You're in the process of transmutation. Like, I think Into the Ocean and Blue October is who it's by. So October is like next week. So in October, let yourself dive into the emotions, because that's how you're going to transmute here. There's something that as you feel it, like you let yourself feel it, and then you're like, oh, I just figured out how to alleviate that issue. It's like that correlation, like almost like instant manifestation in a way. Any message from my Aunt Franny for her kids? She passed away suddenly, unresolved issue with one child and a new baby with another. Wake is today. Message from your aunt for her kids. Don't worry about whatever you feel is left unsaid. There's nothing that matters but love. So I feel like don't hold the burden of, if I would have said this, it could have led to this. If I would have said this, it might have led to this. Don't replay those scenarios. All that does is amplify grief, and she doesn't want grief amplified. She wants love felt. The silence around a certain topic is intentional. Trust your instincts. Yeah, it's like silence whatever voice is telling you that you need an answer, or you need to know how this would have or how that would have. Just let it be a new day. Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton is the song. All right, 4 more and then back to the other one. What is sacred rage and how can it be used to benefit the highest good? So sacred rage, in my opinion, is something bad happened to you, or something bad happened because of someone else's choices or actions, or even because of your own sometimes. But I feel like sacred rage is more like something coming in from outside. And it was wrong. You have the right to be mad about it, but there's also a lesson in it. Like the divine wasn't just letting you be bullied or pushed around, but it had a purpose. Like it was cracking open an eggshell. So sacred rage is like, yeah, you have a right to be mad about that. But what did it teach you, and what are you going to do with it? Don't just be mad just to be mad. You have the right to be mad, but look at that madness as energy that was given to you to do something with it. And Rise Above This by Seether is the song that started playing. That's really close. Was I cursed in regards to anxiety and depression? And if so, who did it and how do I break it? I am tired. Cursed? No. Generationally passed down? Yes. How do you break it? It's learning the patterns, learning the, like, what is in your power to change, what is in your power. Information allows you to program that differently, like program how your brain reads that differently. So it really feels like reprogramming the energy that runs on autopilot as a generational response to trauma, if that makes sense. Message about business. There's something that's preventing forward progress in terms of expansion. It's like right idea, wrong formula in some degree in terms of like progress. It feels like you feel like progress is halted. And progress isn't meant to be halted. It's just there's like a thorn in the side that needs to be taken out so the plan can go forward. Message about any upcoming romance. I feel like right now it's time to pour into you. I feel like right now your romance is meant to be with your business projects and ideas. It's like that's what gives you your power back, is seeing yourself in action, and that's what shows you you're ready for the romance and allows you to usher in the right partner. All right, last one, then back to the other list. One of my favorite YouTubers passed away. How is Josh now? Reconnecting with his own innocence. Not like he was guilty of anything, but like innocent as in like, you know, YouTube and stuff can be very heavy. So it's almost like from his perspective now, he's able to view everything with a lightness, able to return to almost like looking at people as like that quote a little bit ago, everything is either love or a call for love. That's what's coming through. It's like he has that perspective on everyone now, like how everything is either love or a call for love, and how important it is to choose love is how I would word that. So I would say back in the garden is how I want to word that. All right. How do I get my mouse back? There we go. Was the escalator glitch that happened to float us a man created action on purpose? Yeah, action taken for something to not work right. Done in the dark, so it didn't complete a cycle. This is kind of like giving spinning its gears, like something left spinning its gears. Is it Scott and Patty that's connected to Patty at college? Is it Scott and Patty that's connected to Patty at college? Something's off there. Is it Scott and Patty that's connected to Patty at college? It's someone that's connected to Patty at college, but I don't think it's Scott and Patty. Because they're reversed. That's not the connection. There's a connection from college, but that's not the connection. Message from my dad. The song that's playing right... Where did my dice go? Oh. The song that's playing right now is 18 Days by Saving Abel. So you might want to look at what 18 days is from now, or 18 days ago. There may be some significance. And that's an 8, so seems as though he likes 8s. Number 2. I want your heart to open to the possibility of happiness again when life gives you lemons. Something that you don't have clarity on, so you feel like you can't move forward because you don't have all the clarity. I feel like in 18 days, you're going to start to get clarity. You Can Do It and Amazing Grace by Elvis Presley. Is my brother's ex intentionally exploiting him and my family, or is she an honest victim? There's a plan. It feels like exploiting. Yeah, it's like rushing in. It's kind of giving honeypot. Message and token from my dad. It's someone holding the world up on their shoulders. I feel like he's saying that's you right now. Ooh. And this is a house. I lived by One Republic. You will always have a part of me in the little things that remind you of me. You're shouldering a burden in a way that reminds him of himself, and he's very proud of you. Yeah, because this is, you don't see how heavy it is, but you're making the right choices. What is my life lesson or purpose I need to learn? Patience with yourself as you learn what beliefs need to be dismantled and which ones are in alignment with you. It's like getting to know yourself on a level that deprograms who other people told you that you were. And then being patient with yourself in the unfolding of that, not expecting yourself to have it figured out right away. And I have September by Doherty playing, and it's September right now. So not expecting you to have it all figured out right away. They told, okay, so they told her she can't take it, but she wants to do it anyway. Okay, so that makes sense with what I was seeing. Do you see a timeline where she'll be able to take it? It's like they continue to see this as a vulnerable option. I almost want to say like they don't want to take responsibility for what happens if she does. If they approve it or something, it's like they continue to see this as vulnerable. Or that makes them vulnerable, one or the other. Messages from your higher self, guides, or ancestors. It's time to get back to the drawing board on something that's not seeming to, like, it's like you have motivation when you start to enact the change and it dies out very quickly. There's a need to get back to the drawing board, and then forward movement will come a lot quicker. I saw 8 of Wands there. Why can't I remember my dreams? Feels like you get a lot of anxiety right when you wake up. Like when you, it's like when you dream, disconnect, boom, like startled awake. It just feels like you start thinking about everything throughout the day as soon as you wake up. Maybe if you start to wake up and write immediately, you might be able to pull it through. I don't think it's that you're forgetting immediately. I think it's that you're getting immediately distracted with other thoughts. Confirmation of my takeaway from my session with the Pleiadians. You're understanding the key correctly in terms of the specific experience that was meant to break you open and why is the confirmation. Ooh, thank you. I'm trying to come out with another one of these soon. I'm working on something else at the moment, but that's next. What improvements will I start to see? Confidence, clarity, disconnection from what was keeping you in the cycle of repetitively, unintentionally affirming the lack mindset. So you'll start to notice what's associated with lack mindset and have the confidence and clarity to not continue to engage with it. Will there be a hurricane or tropical storm in North Carolina or South Carolina early next week? There's one coming, but not early next week. Yeah, there's one coming, but not early next week. It was You Can Bet on It. I don't think early next week, no. But the song playing is Hurt So Good. So I do think that there's one coming, I guess, before the end of hurricane season. If that's what's happening now, hurricane season. I'm currently in San Diego for my aunt's wake today. Any messages from my Aunt Franny? It was unexpected. I'm sorry. Happiness is a choice. I almost want to say there's encouragement to see more or travel more. I'm getting Four Corners energy with this. And a message of like, I almost feel like there's some underlying unspoken tension between some individuals, and there's a message to just either like talk it out or let it go, because life is too short. Talk it out or let it go. Free Fallin' by Tom Petty. You don't have to feel guilty about not visiting the places you used to go with me. I feel like the message is you don't have to try and relive and remember every single thing. There's no expectation of grief. Just let grief be an ocean that you swim through and not a hot tub that you sit in. Energy around my recent road trip on my healing journey. You're learning comfortable solitude. You're learning to appreciate your own company. You're learning to not be battling with your mind when you're in your own company. Will I get the money that I should be reimbursed? I think someone's trying to hold it from you. If you keep going above people's heads, you might be able to get it, but I think initially they're going to try and deny it. Is Scott and Patty both connected to Patty at the college? I did that one. Is Maja involved now? Oh, maybe that's the other person. No, it's not. No, I don't think so. No, Maja. What is the purpose of you shattering your ankle on the eclipse? Oh, wow. Look at that timing. A debt to moving forward. It's giving that quote that's like break a leg when you're about to get up on stage. Like you're ready for the next stage. Ankle is like right near your Achilles. So you went through something that almost could have ended you but didn't. I'm not talking about the ankle, I'm talking about something else. It's almost like you had this underlying belief that there's certain things you couldn't make it through. And something like this was one of them, like this kind of frustration, this kind of setback. And your higher self was like, yes, you can. It kind of feels like that. Not that you brought it on, it has a bigger purpose, but I feel like it's to show you that you're capable of making it through things you didn't think you were able to. Will my dad's land be divided fairly to his children? I think there's some tension or some butting heads. I almost kind of feel like it's like technically it's fair, but some people don't feel like it's fair and they want to switch it. It kind of feels like that. But it feels like it was written with the intention to be fair. Sorry, I can't get my leg out of the thing. There we go. Message for October. It doesn't get better quickly, but if you can find a way to make the strategy and the planning and the enacting of a plan almost look like a ladder that you're climbing that you know is leading up out of the hole, it will make it a little easier. It feels like there's a need to set a structure and follow it, not just kind of wing it, but set a structure and follow it. Like maybe break it down by day or by week. Like this is what I want to accomplish this week and next week and next week. Keep yourself accountable in that way or you're going to lose motivation. Message of guidance. What do you need to know? Negative emotions are as loud as you let them be. And sometimes, in order to make that voice go away, we can't just say stop. We have to kind of get up and take action, do something, create something, move something around, go outside. It's like when you feel like there's repeating combative internal dialogue, move in some way, create some kind of movement. Let me go back to this list. What gift did my maternal ancestors have in the mitochondrial DNA that I now carry? What gift? Pattern recognition. Heavy pattern recognition. It's like not even a choice. It just runs on autopilot. Pattern recognition, which probably makes way for clear feeling, like just inner knowing. Because the patterns are instantly recognized without choice or action. Did my tribe move from USA to El Salvador? It's kind of giving nomadic. We go, we stop, we go, we stop. I feel like maybe for some time, but it feels like they moved again. Go, stop, go, stop. Echo by Traps started playing. Like I hear the echo as I walk away to the next place. Message for the weekend and a token or a song. Tonight by Seether. I'm not going to waste this. This opportunity's mine. I'm sick of complaining about a beautiful life. How did we get here? Where did I just go? Did we forget all the things inside? And how do we stay here? Do we embrace all the things tonight? Of course, Dave. It's okay to want some kind of change that sets you apart from people that you used to be more grouped in with. It doesn't mean you're leaving that group. It doesn't mean that you're trying to show you're better than anyone. I feel like you're holding yourself back from some kind of change because you feel guilty for wanting better for yourself or wanting more for yourself. And that's making you not commit out of anxiety to what could be built here. So I feel like needing to be vulnerable with letting actions speak for themselves. Like maybe you feel like telling people what you want to plan or do would make them feel like you're trying to put yourself above them in some way or try and highlight a distance of healing or growth. So just let the results speak for themselves, is the message. Let's get a card from Dave. You made it farther than you think because you're no longer the person you were when this started. Oh yeah, timeline. Somewhere Over the Rainbow is the song. Has my husband really seen like he said he did? I feel like there's truth in what he's saying, but you and him have a different understanding about what you're talking about. So like his level of understanding might not be as deep as yours. So he's telling you from his level, but that might not match your depth of understanding for the same topic, if that makes sense. So like, yes, but also no, if that makes sense. Does my family realize that I was not the problem? Yes and no. It's like they're questioning, were you or were you not? But they can't really pinpoint the problem yet. I feel like they can, but they don't want to accept that. Like identifying who the problem actually is. It feels like until they can accept who the problem actually is, they won't be able to accept that you were not the problem. There's still reasonable doubt in their mind. Message from my guides. You're about to take steps forward, but first you have to take steps inward. There's something that can't be avoided being dealt with. This is internal or private. So it's like, is there something you need to say to yourself out loud so that you can accept the reality of it and move forward? It kind of feels like that. On the Way Down by Ryan Cabrera. How is that still so hot? Whew. Are my Alice in Wonderland syndrome and vestibular migraines part of my gifts? If so, how do I use them? It's part of your awareness that there's something more to see. It's part of your awareness that there's a deeper level to things. So, I mean, that can play into the gifts. How do you use them? Go back to when they originally started. I don't look up like real life examples of things that you would find associated with either that time frame or what was going on with you at that time. Any messages from my parents and a song? Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. Look at the timing. What you're asking about is tied to something recent. Trust the connections. So something recently that has been going on with you that they're trying to help you connect the dots of. Them. It's you recently listened to a how would they handle it type of thing in your mind, and it got you out of some kind of stagnancy. But I feel like you're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, am I all the way out of, am I in the clear? And they're saying you're in the clear because you listen to like, I almost want to say you proved that they parented you correctly by the way you handled something, if that makes sense. Narcissist called me for one ring and then hung up. I feel like it was a bait, will not call back, and they never responded to me, so I pulled back. Was it a bait? Yeah. This is like I give you something to take it back. I never planned to have that seed sprout. I gave it to you to take it back, not for victory, but for defeat. So yeah, a bait. I agree. Post about teachers doing their inner work don't do as well as nervous system regulation strategies. Thread inner work into... Okay, so that made sense to you. That's good. Thread inner work into nervous system regulation post. Yes. And practical ways to implement it in a way that people wouldn't initially think of. Like, here's the material, here's how you implement it in a way that's like, explain it to me like I'm 5, but make it sound like you're explaining it to me like I'm an adult, if that makes sense. 2 more and then back to the other list. What does Source want me to do with this sacred rage? Well, the song playing is These Hard Times by Matchbox 20. And the building on there makes me think of that example I give. I think I posted it on here before, where it's like the different levels of the building representing different vibrations, different frequencies. So figure out a way to raise yours. What do you need to align and have mind, body, spirit all work together? What changes are you resisting? What would you do, or how would you show up for yourself if the sacred rage felt to come with permission to feel instead of shame? I think that's the answer to that. Message from my mom. Angel by Sarah McLachlan. Treehouse may be significant. Number 1. Sometimes the hardest truth to face is the one you already know. And we have yield with stop. So I feel like there's a need to sit with information and figure out a way that you can see this information as working for you instead of being a punishment. Because when you can look at it in that way, it gives you a perspective that's needed. All right, back to this list. How did this move? Hold on. What changes are coming to my workplace and when will they take place? It feels like there's been something being worked on behind the scenes in terms of structure, and it feels like that's getting ready to be enacted. A more thorough collection of data. Will my mother get her house finished, and will the contractor that stole from her ever get prosecuted? I feel like, yes, eventually prosecute it, but I feel like it's going to be some time. I almost wonder if they need to go steal from someone who has like a connection that they don't know about or something. Like, it feels like they eventually piss off the wrong person. I think it's going to be difficult for her to get the money back until then. And I feel like that's a ways away. I do think she eventually gets it back, though. I just think it's a bit of a distant future. Sweet vindication happened, but will it continue? It'll slow down, but I think it will continue. There'll be bigger gaps in between instances of it. Message from my guides. Wait, is Fiona and Kendra, are you two related? I never realized there was two people with that same last name until I saw you right next to each other. Anyway, what is it that keeps longing to be seen through you that you keep telling yourself it's not time for? Because it very much is time. It's like all the pieces are waiting for you to turn the light on so that you can see they were already in place. Why does E act like she has with me and my family? Immaturity. It's kind of giving like a defense because I don't know what people think about me, so I just need to put on my own personal defense before I even need to. Kind of feels like someone who believes that people are out to get them, or yeah, or like, or there's always an ulterior motive or something like that. Like, that's what that person believes. Oh, okay. So you know what that piece is that doesn't match. What does she want to say about that? Fulfillment of an intentional multi-step plan. Fulfillment of an intentional multi-step plan. So it's giving like there's a lie in place to cover a lie type of thing. What would be the best side hustle for me right now? I'm not sure what I can do to bring in extra money outside of a job. Is data entry, or it's kind of giving odd jobs. Like if you would do like Fiverr, like that website where you can upload your skills and people hire you, or like a Etsy of services or something. It's like doesn't take a lot of creative ability. So it's like you get the task from someone else and then upload it and you work for them. It's kind of what that looks like. Oh, yes. Thank you, Linda. Don't forget, I have, what is that one? Blueprint of Tarot that goes until the last day is Tuesday. So if you have and a lot more people have the book than have signed in for the contest. Not contest, giveaway. So if you have Blueprints Tarot and you leave a review, you have till Tuesday to then go to my stand store and enter the giveaway, which is same thing that Linda just won, the 6 months of 10-minute readings, one of all the decks and books and everything that comes out in 6 months. Christine, if you're still in here, Christine that won, Christine Mersma, for your readings, you can put them in on my stand store now. I meant to email you that. I forgot. Okay, anyway. I have a job interview Monday. How will it go? Actually, anyone who, since we're on the topic, anyone who won anything, there's a link on my stand store now to fill out. And that's much easier than email because my email is crazy. I don't know what to do about that. Okay, have a job interview Monday. How will it go? I feel like you're going to be really nervous, but it's going to go well. I feel like there's one thing that you may feel challenged about, and I feel like it may be a situation where they wait to see who gives the best response to that one challenging piece. So it may take a minute, but I feel like it's going to go well. Any messages from guides for the weekend? I kind of read this as reorganization of either energy or environment. It's like, if you have a little extra time, figure out one way you could make your environment more expansive or take action on something that's been like pressing or continuously coming up. In what way can you press the button of expansion in one way this weekend? Because it sets some kind of ripple effect. Caden, 17 years old. Last night he was driving and shot and kidnapped in my town. He sent text to his mother saying, "I'm shot. 4 Hispanic men need in a van. I need help." Found his phone broken in the truck. Oh. What did I say the first go around? Difficult to find. He's stationary, not moving. So I'm wondering if that's confirmation that something did happen. I think that's the same card that came out. They're going to find something. They're going to find something more than what they have right now. I would say within the next 3 weeks. Maybe in the next 3 days, but it feels more like 3 weeks. They'll find a key piece of something that happened. It may lead closer to getting pressure on someone or identifying someone. Any messages concerning my Aunt F? Not sure if I need to keep my distance or visit soon. I would say visit soon. Kind of feels like, if not for the other person, then for yourself, to know that you tried, or know that so you don't have a guilty conscience about something later. It kind of feels like, if for nothing else, then for that. Let me go back to this list for a couple. Help with what direction to go with my situation with my son, Jay. I feel like this is saying it's different coming from an outside source rather than you. So there may need to be some kind of middleman here. And or professional advice, professional appointment, something like that. It's like facing the darkness head on, facing the hardest part head on, and being very bold in your approach to it. Approaching it as if there's a debt to time. Like almost approaching it as if, what would you do if you knew that you were 2 steps behind right now? starting to get in the mode of thinking those steps ahead. It kind of feels like that there's some kind of disadvantage that you're at with information, if that makes sense. Was the family info I received yesterday correct, complete, and can be trusted? It's correct. It just can't all the way be trusted because it's not complete. What you have can be trusted. The completeness of it cannot. What's missing? Yeah. Almost like if you have a tree and you have all healthy and correct branches, but one of the branches is almost dead and about to fall off. Like, it kind of feels like that. Not person, but information-wise. New member, thank you. When someone is committed to misunderstanding you, no amount of explanations is going to suffice. Don't waste time over-explaining yourself in your own head to try and understand what someone was misunderstanding when they were misunderstanding on purpose. Thank you. Let's one of these for you. Stop letting your potential go to waste because you don't feel ready enough. People with half your talent are making waves while you're still waiting to feel ready. I feel like this is confirmation that it's time to take the action that you may feel a little bit hesitant to step out of the box and take. Is the great-grandparent connection Elijah Jane or William Janine, or name variation close to either? Great-grandparent connection, Elijah Jane, William Janine, or name variation close to either. Name variation close to either. I feel like Janine or Jane, that one is the one that's close. Janine, Jean. What else would be in that category? It's something similar to that. But I don't think Elijah William is the right one. I think that one, those two are off. The J one is close. Any messages from my dog Mac that passed? Parade by Matchbox 20 is playing. That feels significant. And it's like they're looking out the window. So maybe that's a spot that the dog really liked. Oh, it's like that's the spot the dog is still at. The dog's energy is still in whatever that spot is. I feel like by a window or somewhere, you always feel the energy very strong. I feel like this is a confirmation of that. Confirmation of location in your place where you feel the dog the strongest. All I Know So Far by Pink. The wisdom I want to pass down is peace comes from within, not from external validation. So it's like, I feel like the dog is saying, you don't need anyone to tell you that you're going to be okay, but you're going to be okay. And I know this because I'm still in that spot in the apartment or the house or whatever. Token song and message for Robbie from his dad. The couch potato. For Robbie from his dad. I know you wish things had happened differently, but pain doesn't erase love. It only reveals it. Couch potato. I feel like there's a need for self-forgiveness. I feel like maybe Robbie feels like I should have done more. I could have done more. Yeah, I should have offered more. But I offered what I needed to offer. So I feel like there's this energy of don't keep thinking about what could have been done differently. Allow yourself to pack your bags and move into the future. My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. And it's the one where it's like plan A didn't work, so we're going with plan B. Message from my sweet Maisie. From Maisie. The challenge you're facing is how to trust yourself more deeply. The shadows are only as scary as you convince yourself they are. There's something that you need to let yourself experience because you deserve the joy of it. Don't be scared of the emotional tax that will come with it. Like, you already paid for the joy. There's emotional tax that comes with it, not negative, but just like a couple more cents of emotions coming up. But you're ready for that. In order to experience the joy, you can afford the tax, if that makes sense. New member, thank you. Sometimes people don't realize how hard you were riding for them until you park. Still get out of the car anyway. Boundaries are going to be very important in the month of September for you. 2 more and then back to the other list. Anything new and exciting coming up? You're going to have a choice in which you feel like you don't have to make the decision out of survival. Like, it's not damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's not pressure cooker. It's not rush. It's like, oh, I have a choice here. Let me enjoy the process of making the choice. Message from my father and a song. Blurry by Puddle of Mud is playing. I don't really think that's the song, but I think it's a song. Fundamental analysis. Don't stop believing. So look at what's blurry. Okay, that makes sense. Look at what's blurry. Perspective changes everything, even after life. Oh, okay. So I'm giving you a perspective on what's blurry. That makes sense. Everything happened the way that it's going to start making sense looking back. There's something that could only be understood in retrospect. And as you come to understand this, it's going to help with some kind of forgiveness, whether that's forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of him, forgiveness of the world. I kind of feel like it's forgiveness of the world. Like, he's going to help you heal that perspective that right now feels unfair and blurry. Let me back to this list. When will I move, and will it be what I am manifesting? It's kind of giving hurry up and wait. Like, you make the decision, you figure out what you want, and then you diligently work towards chipping away at that. I don't feel like it's going to be quick, but I do feel like there's a point where things are going to start moving a lot more quickly. I feel like it's after 2026, but before 2028. So somewhere in maybe that late 2026 to early 2028 timeframe. Trying to see if there's anyone I didn't get. Hold on. Is my son's girlfriend M going to be okay? I think she has an ED and gets therapy and is on medications. I want to make sure she is okay, but also that she does not hurt my son. Okay, so when I said show me the eating disorder or whatever it is, that it's like I try, but I can't seem to get away from it. This is codependency. So I do feel like there is something here. that she's dealing with like that. I feel like at least at this point, your son sees it as separate, like it not sees it as separate, but like it's not, the water from that is not getting in his boat and beginning to sink it. But I do feel like over time it is going to start to wear on him. But at least right now, there's defenses up that he's not taking on the same energy. My daughter passed a month ago, and I'm just curious if she has anything that I need to know. I'm sorry for your loss. You don't have to carry around this briefcase of darkness just because of her loss. It's like, I feel like there's, or like a backpack of heavy dark bricks. Like it's almost like she's saying you sentenced yourself to carry this and never put it down because you feel like it's not fair that you're here and she's not. And she's saying, well, you are there, so I don't want you to carry the backpack. Like, if you're going to carry the backpack, carry me in the backpack, not the grief of it, not the heaviness of it. Yeah, like let yourself back in to your emotions. You don't have to be afraid of death. It's not an ending, it's just a transition. And if you're scared for her, she's saying there's nothing to be scared of. Like, I'm energetically in the backpack, replacing the heaviness of it. Message from my Aunt Sandy. Message from my Aunt Sandy. You got to give yourself a chance to pursue that, whatever that is. It's like there's untapped potential that she's like, if you just tap it a little bit, you'll see how much is there. The flow that comes out is going to be worth it. But it may be that you're not giving yourself the full opportunity to show yourself that you can take it all the way, if that makes sense. So focus on your untapped potential and what's holding you back from taking action towards it. Autumn begins the next step. This is the time to close a chapter that's been lingering. So you move forward when you realize what's not supposed to come with you. One second. Will this loss of drive last much longer? I know I am transitional, but it's been a few months now. October, November, December, January. I feel like February you might start to feel a little better before that, but I feel like until February, it's going to feel like you're walking in quicksand. But now that you know that and you're not expecting to wake up tomorrow and feel all the way better, how can you just look at walking through quicksand as an endurance challenge? Because it doesn't feel like every day is going to be hard, but there's going to be persistent frustration. A song from Grandma Wilma. Whatever It Takes by Lifehouse. Whatever it takes to continue to stay connected to your spirit team as they lead you the best way out of the maze or the battle. Message for CJ from his guides about why he has issues each morning. Kind of feel like there's a need to simplify, like everything, environment, schedule, focus. It just feels like there's a lot of overwhelm, and the debt is collecting of the overwhelm the second he wakes up. It's like as soon as I wake up, there's a debt. I don't even have a chance to be calm. So I feel like simplification of everything that can possibly be simplified. Message on what I need to know for the rest of the year. There's going to be certain decisions that are in your hands, but it's not that someone's saying, okay, it's time to decide about this. It's like you need to identify where you need to be making a different decision, because what you're not choosing, what you're not changing, you're choosing. So look at what you're not changing and say, do I want to choose that, or do I need to make a change? Things have been a bit tight this month. Will it get better soon? Kind of feels like you're in between a rock and a hard place right now. And there's some resiliency being tested. I don't think as soon as you'd like. I do think the imbalance continues for at least one more month. So what can you do if you were going to repeat this month, next month? What can you do to help in any way you can? Message from spirit guides. Where are you sabotaging yourself out of taking some kind of action to restore balance? It's like there's something that keeps calling to you to change in terms of routine, habit, even internal dialogue, or maybe it's even like learning something new or experiencing something different. It's like it keeps popping up, and then you keep making excuses as to why not to do it now. Any message from my dad? Any message from my dad? Light bulb and brain shaking hands, and Reason Why by Ron Pope, which is like, you were my reason why, is the lyrics. If I could go back, I would spend more time appreciating the little things with the anchor. Unwell by Matchbox 20, 2007 may be significant. Look at what you handled in 2007. There's some kind of key then that unlocks a door you're trying to get through now. It's like your past self left you a message and he's reminding you that it was there. Like a time capsule thing, like the one that you bury with the message in it and you take out later. He's reminding you of a time capsule from 2007 or 2017, maybe. Whose perfume do I smell when I am in my room? Yes. I come in peace and love. It's kind of giving grandma or something. Yes, I'm doing this on purpose. I come in peace. Feels like a grandma energy. Any messages from Alan? He passed away on September 11th under suspicious circumstances. There's stuff being purposefully concealed. There's a cover-up happening. There's a cover-up, and there's people who have told each other that they're not going to say anything. It kind of gives a plan that was in play for a little longer than people may realize. Or like there's other things that led to this being able to happen that were planned. So it would lead to reason that something in this was intentional, if that makes sense. Any messages from my guides and a song? Home by Doherty. And it's 1144 right now. You're in the last battle. It does feel like you're about to be tested again. But it's kind of a test where you show that you've completed whatever the challenge is because you just don't react at all. It's kind of like you see someone for who they are and you're just like, if that's who you want to be, I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise. And you just let it be what it is. So there's a frustration coming, but your non-reaction is the release. Let me go back to here. Thank you. One of these. Stop letting your potential go to waste because you don't feel ready enough. People with half your talent are making serious waves while you're still waiting to feel ready. Don't worry about being perceived. Don't let the fear of being perceived or resistance to being perceived hold you back from taking some kind of action outside of your comfort zone. Thank you. One of these. Nobody talks about how hard it is to unlearn all the toxic behaviors we've adapted as a coping mechanism from the trauma and pain endured. You are not alone. It's kind of giving me that quote, our trauma is not our fault, but healing it is our responsibility. And for this to come out, you've been making major strides to do that. My best friend is selling my house. Is this personal? Will I find a place in town to keep my son in school and a time frame? My best friend is selling my house. Is it personal? It's like a cutoff. It's like a discard. It's like a discard. Like I'm discarding you. Yeah. I got competitive and now I'm discarding you. Or I got jealous. I got envious. I got triggered. I got intellectually challenged, maybe. Like you challenged my intelligence in some way. This is a discard. Especially with queens on either end. It's like I have the means to throw you off financially and I'm going to do it because I'm discarding. Will I find a place in town to keep my son in school? You may have to, yes, but you may have to take a second best option. Like it may not be your first choice, but it may be something that keeps him in for the time being while you look for something else or figure out something else. Are the improvements necessary for quick sale? Yes. Necessary or just recommended? Necessary. Yes. What positive things can I look for in the next 2 months? Stepping outside of your comfort zone in a way that feels like you've been waiting for. Like I've been waiting for this. Like the opportunity to step outside of your comfort zone in a way that brings excitement back or gives your power back in some way. Thank you. Any guidance for this coming month? I don't think that this quote is always accurate, but I think that for your next month, if it's not a heck yes, then it's a heck no. And that's not always the case. You know, sometimes we do have those like soft yeses, but this is like this next month. If it's not a absolute yes, then it's an absolute no. I think that there's going to be some kind of test that you'll pass. If You're Gone by Matchbox 20. If it's not a yes, it's a no, then you're gone. Will I ever go to the Philippines to visit or to live? To visit? To visit, yes. To live, I feel like you may have the opportunity where you have the option, but I feel like you don't commit to it. I don't think you end up living, but I feel like you end up visiting. What time is it? All right, I'm going to close super chats. I have 2 more and then I'm going to finish on the other list. What decision will I get to make not from survival? Career. Teaching. Imbalance. How you want to communicate something instead of doing it the way you feel like you need to or are forced to. Anything else fun and high vibrational? Same cards. Same cards. That is what's fun and high vibrational. That the opportunity to reclaim your sovereignty on choice. It's like this is what opens the container, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can make a choice over here. I can make a choice over there. It feels like that. All right, let me finish on this list. Where did I go on this list? 1 second. Hold on, I'm trying to find where I was. What the heck? Here we go. Will there be more drama, even though I'm not there, when my sister and her husband go home? Will the truth be seen? Yes. Yes, there will be drama. It feels like the truth is going to be loud. The truth is going to be loud. There's going to be an agreement on the truth, but not spoken about. So it's like we all see it, but we're not going to say it type of thing. Will custody of A finish up by December? An opportunity to move forward from a burden. I feel like it may take a little longer than December. I feel like something's finishing up, but I don't think that time frame is all the way accurate. What would be the end of December plus 8 weeks is what? February? Will there be justice for Alan, and will the truth ever come out? Justice? I feel like there's going to be something. Something at least satisfactory in terms of justice. The truth, not the full truth. Something's, I don't know, it kind of gives a situation where they try and make the victim look like they had some part in why something happened to them. Like it kind of looks like that, but it feels like truth comes out. Will the truth come out, JM, and will he be cleared or convicted? Will the truth come out? Someone's taking heavy action to make sure the truth doesn't come out. It feels like at least right now, at least the part that's the most like wow factor is being concealed. Cleared, convicted. It kind of feels like there's a swing taken and it doesn't happen. It doesn't work. And there needs to be like a different path. Obviously, you can't retry for the same thing. It doesn't look promising at first. Clarifying question, the one I asked earlier, the thing that's not supposed to come with me, is that my family who can be toxic or my husband? Family. Husband. I think that neither one of these are definite. I kind of think there's like a not an ultimatum, but like, okay, now that I know that there's things that need to be left behind, let me not test in like a sneaky way, but let me interact with these individuals in a way that I know I'm seeing, are you supposed to come with me or not? They're going to give you your answer. Show up as the version of you that you're stepping into, and whoever challenges that or tries to get you to dim that, quiet that, silence that, those are the ones that are not supposed to come with you. Anyone who can't accept your expansion is going to find a way to try and dim it every chance they get. Why did my sister give me a dirty look when she visited? I'll do 3 more and then some announcements, and then we're done for the day. Either she feels exposed by you, like you know something she doesn't want you to know, and you may have said something that challenged her intelligence, or she may feel like you said something she didn't want you to say out loud or something like that. There's some kind of debt there. Debt as in like, I feel like you owe me, or I feel like you slighted me or something like that. As in her to you. Is there any significance to what's going on with the Earth's energy levels? I do think so, yes. Rock bottom, root chakra, mass awakening. In the blueprint, I talk about how oftentimes that big awakening will come after you smash into rock bottom and it cracks you open. Think of that, but for everybody at once. Yeah, death on the bottom, death and rebirth. It is our egg slamming into the ground so we can all come out and choose to either ascend, do the hard work to ascend, or sell out or coast or hide, whatever the decision is. Was my older brother purposely trying to hurt me on my birthday earlier this year? I don't think purposefully trying to hurt you, but I think there's an energy of just like, I don't really care, or I'm distracted, or if it's somewhere that you were together, it's like, I don't want to be here. Or if it's somewhere where you wanted him to reach out and he didn't, it's like, I'm just distracted, or I just don't care enough type of thing, or I'm not taking it seriously enough. All right, last one. Will I get more than asking price for my house? I feel like yes, but if you put that work in, the stuff that you were asking if it needs to be done, I feel like this is a yes, but if that stuff is done. Okay, announcements. Again, till the end of September is the Blueprint Review giveaway. You can find that on my Stan store. I should be getting in all of the decks that I ordered are all on the way. So they should be here all next week and everything should be going out. If you won anything from me at any point and did not get all of your prize yet, please go to stand.store/The Reckoning Co. and fill out where it says won a prize. Because my email, I don't know how to do that anymore. It's crazy in there. So please do that. And if you want any packages at any time, every time you need a new reading from the package, just fill out that same won a prize link again. I think that's all. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you all soon.